Hey, it's Raven Scry, back on the road again, going on a bit of an excursion today to do a few things, and I felt to take you guys with me. I'm really enjoying my new microphone, so inspired to just share some content. And I'd like to get a little bit more of a stabilized image for you on the visual front, because my phone, it's a bit of an older one and it's not as stable as I'd like. So perhaps I need to get a new phone for you guys to give some more stable imagery. But again, I'm not going to be perfectionist at this time. I'm just going to share what I feel to share. And yesterday I put out a few different videos for you, and quite a few of you liked the crypto vibe, and I actually enjoyed it, and this is kind of where it all started, me kind of scrolling through cryptos and giving readings. Now, I didn't read these cryptos last night, but I kind of just got a sense into their energy, and it was really, it's sort of like the beginning stages of which one should I touch into, which ones have an interesting energy that kind of invite me closer to investigate more. So that was interesting. For those of you who don't like crypto, fair enough, I get it. It can be a very intensive, awful space at times, but just giving what's coming through, giving what I'm involved in my journey, and essentially, I am a medium, and I just want to work with spirit to bring through what's needed. And often I've questioned this crypto stuff, and I have a lot of my own questioning around being involved in such a space. And there's been a lot of times, I don't want to be here, this is horrible. There's been a lot of lessons for me in it, but at the moment, I'm just taking it with a grain of salt, as they say, and just gently enjoying when I connect with it. So today I'd like to just connect into another conversation, another connection that Spirit wishes to show, because I feel like connection with others, connection with community is, the links, and the key to humanity is our connections with one another and the things that go on in between. So I'm going to connecting now and share a scene and go from there. So firstly, I have a young woman, and a wonky camera because I went over the bump. Okay, so I have a young woman. She's business. She looks very businessy. She has a little smart-looking suit on. She's about to make a phone call that's quite important. Now, she's involved. This phone call is quite serious in terms of connected to business, or many levels and layers of a company or something that she's involved in. And she's like the speaker for it. She's the spokesperson. It feels like she's kind of somehow managing this. Now, this may be, for a company or an institution or something like this, or it may just be her personal connections to her work. So she has dark hair, and she's smart, and she's sitting there and she's deliberating about this conversation. She's held this conversation off for quite some time, because the person that she's got to call, it's tricky with him. It's like he's not taking the business seriously, and the way that his energy comes through, it's like he's looking away, he's looking down, he's self-absorbed. It's like he's an investor in something, or his money's tied up, he's some important link to something, but he's not there or present, and he's unapproachable in some way. She's been holding off this conversation and resisting talking to him. Now, this conversation is quite important, though, because it's holding up her progress, and it's holding up the change in what she's doing, what she's creating in this work that she's involved in. So it's like, okay, we're going to have the conversation, and she calls the number. It feels as though it's an overseas number that she's calling. Oh, can you see the two geese flying by? It feels like an overseas number that she's calling, and she's deliberating this conversation. There's a build-up, okay. He answers. He's like, I can't talk now. I can't talk now. He's unapproachable. It's like there's something about him that's just not approachable. And she's saying she needs to speak about this thing. She's concerned. She's showing her concern. He doesn't really care. He's not there. He's not present. He's in it for the money. He doesn't really care. He doesn't care what happens in regards to this. So really, Spirit is impressing upon me, don't waste your time here, because it's like you can't really progress here with him. You may need to take a different route. You may need to move around him in a different way, or make changes in various different ways, but talking directly to him is not going to do it for you. It's not going to solve it, and you're better to get the conversation out of the way if you're going to have it, rather than deliberating and wasting your energy on speaking to him, because it's not probably going to give you a lot of progress in what you're doing. So I'm going to wish you well with that phone call, and it'll work out. It'll work out for you. So don't worry. It's like you've been putting too much energy in this build-up. It's like the action is needed, so it dissipates, and you can create a different flow, perhaps one that you didn't think it was going to be. It's quite a different route that you're going to take. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, I'm going to ask for something different now. Now, there's another scene coming through. It's a young boy. It's a young boy playing with his toys, and he's got many toys. And from the perspective of him, he's looking around, he's looking at this toy and that toy and playing. He's in his own world, and having fun. Now, there's someone watching over him. And I feel as though this is the reading for you. This woman is watching over him. It's like watching him as he plays. There is this sense of joy in her heart as she watches him, and it's like a love. I mean, it feels like this could be mother energy, mother and son, but it's like there's a love for him, a deep love, as she watches him and appreciates what he's doing, and she's truly there, present with him, seeing him. Now, what needs to be spoken about here, in the way that Spirit is sharing it, it's like he's quite unique, and I mean, all kids are very unique, but he's quite unique, and there may be some challenges up ahead for him in regards to learning, or in the ways of learning, in the structured way of normal schooling things. He's unique, but he has gifts. He has gifts in areas that are expanded. It's like expansive gifts of seeing things differently. His perception is quite different to normal children, and I don't like the word normal children at all. So really, he's just unique, and they're pointing out his uniqueness. They're pointing out his uniqueness, and that he needs to be supported and loved through this. And it shows by the way that you're looking at him. it shows just how you have that already there for him. It's like you're already offering that space to him, and so they're just encouraging that. They're encouraging that you stay with. Sorry, just looking where I'm going. They're encouraging you that you stay with him in his growth and hold that love, and don't allow others to inform you of what he needs. And this is particularly around doctors and things. Like, it feels like some sort of learning disability or sensitivity, and the thing that comes to mind is autism or something like this. But it's just like you have it there. You've got mother's love. Follow that heart, because it's massive for him. Keep it there with him. Don't allow others to sway you, particularly doctors is what I'm being shown and told. Doctors just don't have a place here with this young boy. He's very advanced in a lot of different areas. They speak of numbers with him, and accelerated learning with numbers. So yeah, as I got that, I got tingles quite strongly. So just follow that love that you have, and don't let others sway you in it, because he's a beautiful boy and you should be proud. Okay, I'm going to do one more. My camera's going over the bumps. Bump, bump. Okay, so I'm going to do one more. Okay. I'm going to ask for something for one of you that's really clear. We're going to set an intention. Something for one of you that is so clear that you've been asking about, or perhaps it's on the side peripheral kind of vision or of the energy but something that you really need to know about. There's an urgency. Okay, this is speaking to one of you. There's somebody in hospital at this time. They're on a hospital bed. I'm seeing them being wheeled out. This feels like female that's being wheeled out. It feels like an older lady. Excuse me. Feels like an older lady, and it's like something's happened to her. This is to do with her health, older age. Now she's okay, but it's like there's been a scare of some sort here, and she's been wheeled out on this hospital bed. Now again, there's involvement with doctors here. Now I feel you in this scene. It's like you're at a distance and you're observing what's going on. So this is happening and you're aware of this happening. Now I ask Spirit, what is needed, because I don't necessarily feel like it's a conversation. Yes, it is a conversation, is what Spirit's saying. It's about you speaking to her about some sort of boundaries or some sort of concerns, about taking care of herself more, and it's like you're showing her care. It's like you're there with her and you're saying, "Oh wow, you really scared us. You need to take more care." There's a part of her that's just doesn't really care though. It's like, oh well, it happens, life happens. She's a bit harsh in her energy. And they're showing me her drinking cups of tea and biscuits, dipping the shortbread right into it, and then it's like it falls off in the tea, and then there's all this mushy kind of shortbread wet and dissolved in this tea. I feel as though they've shown this because this fully places who this is with. So yeah, she acts tough. But she does need to be reminded of her own health, because, she's not young. She's getting older, and she needs to keep this in mind. So a reminder from you, even though you are not that close to her in a way, this could be in regards to the energy, because the energy feels quite separate. You may not even be living that close to her or have that much contact often. Sort of like a relative or something that is from afar. Like there's not daily contact, or there's not, you know, constant contact. But by you stepping closer to her, and really, like, I see you like connecting with her in this scene of this hospital bed. So this is in regards to her illness or something, whatever's taken place here. So you're there and just reminding her that you're there, and it actually means a lot to her that you're there reminding her, and that will be what shows her that she actually needs to listen. Because otherwise she wouldn't. And she has a soft spot in her heart for you, and it's like your presence appearing suddenly says a lot to her and really makes her feel like, oh, this is serious, okay, you know. So it's not really about what you're saying, it's just about your presence there with her. So reaching out, saying something to her, showing your care, it's quite important at this time for her. And, you know, she's got to lay off the sweets as well, like lay off these, I don't know, these biscuits and all this, it's like I'm seeing cakes and biscuits and pies, and she likes her pastry type sweets. Danishes as well, she really loves her Danishes. It's making me hungry. Okay. All right, guys. Anyway, beautiful woman. Wish her well, wish her health well, and make sure you connect. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. I think I could keep going, but you know, 3 I think is a good amount, and no doubt I'll see you soon again for another video, because I'm enjoying rolling with this. So. Take care out there, and I will catch you again soon. Raven Scry signing off.